Hey guys, what's up? Before we get started, I'm going to show you guys the runes I use in this video. There should be a screenshot like right here that I edited in. This game is Jax Jungle versus Lee Sin Jungle. And the reason why I take Magic Resist is because looking at their team, they have a Sylas, they have a Zoe, Ezreal, as well as a Vel'Koz. That's a lot of magic damage, so magic resist is very valuable here compared to health or armor. That being said, Lee Sin also has his E that does magic damage too, so keep that in mind. So this is a very valuable stat shard that I wanted to throw in. I know it's been a while, guys. I know it's been a long time since I've made a video on this channel. I just want to let you guys know that I have been working on something with my real life towards a career path I want to follow. And I've been doing something for YouTube on a separate channel. I don't know if I'm going to make like a video where I like say, hey guys, go check out this channel or whatnot, because I don't know if I want to, just make you guys feel obligated to move over and watch my videos on that channel. But I have a goal of being a videographer, and it's been a while since I've made a video on that channel and everything, but, I've been dealing with my work situations as well as real life stuff coming into the situation. It's just been, like, kind of rough for me. I mean, it's been, like, 2 weeks since I've made a video, but I have a project planned pretty soon for that channel. It's like a collab and whatnot, so that's going to be probably my biggest thing so far with the channel. Other than that, I do plan on like doing other stuff videographer wise, but I don't really want to talk about this in this video. I just kind of want to let you guys know, hey, I've been gone for a while because I've been focusing on like a lot of stuff. And it's really just been IRL stuff more so than like video gaming for me. It's been hard for me, to take a seat and play a video game recently. So, but I finally got a clip of Halo Blades Jungle. This is something that has been strong for a bit. Not exactly that strong. Ever since the jungle nerfs, I definitely feel like Jax has been in a pretty weak state. But I'm going to show you guys like how I try to make it work. With pathing, as well as, how to play the early game, because the thing is, with this page, you really want to be early game oriented with Jax with this page, because you're very strong in the early game. Like, you can pretty much duel everybody in the jungle. There might be a few exceptions, but, keep that in mind, and also keep in mind, like, lane priority and stuff, like, just common jungle knowledge. So yeah, like I said, we're against a Lee Sin. Pretty easy matchup if you know what you're doing. Most Lee Sins are not that good. That's the thing, like in my elo, Lee Sins are really not that gifted at playing the champion. So knowing how to take advantage of that is key to carrying a game. I will say that I necessarily did not carry this game, though I did have an impact on this game, and I wanted to get a game where I could show that I at least had impact, because it's been pretty rough for me. So yeah, I start red here. Reason why I start red is because when I play Jax in the jungle, I always start red. Jax is a duelist. Red is really good on duelist champions who are auto attack based. Just really strong start right now on Jax, in my opinion. I think it's like the #1 start right now. And there might be a few exceptions, and there are ways where you can, make the blue buff start work. But typically, unless it's like a leash from my bot side, I will not start blue. And even if it's a leash from my bot side for the blue buff, I probably will not start blue anyways. So just keep that in mind. And then I go Krugs here. This is like a typical clear that I've been doing, just in general, but like recently I've been noticing like I haven't been succeeding as much when I decide not to clear the Krugs right after red buff. And I noticed that I'm way more successful if I do this type of clear, so I've been starting to get back into this clear a little bit. And the reason why is because it's like an early level 3. You go red, Krugs, and you try to contest Scuttle Crab. That's pretty much what I do every single game right now. And I always smite the Krug, the big Krug. So yeah, I go Scuttle here, get the Scuttle Crab, and I gank. And the reason why I gank is because I want to get a summoner out of her. This is how you're going to play the early game, 100%. Even if it's not Hail of Blades, I think you need to play the early game like this. I think this is probably one of the best paths, honestly, with red buff. It's like going into the gank level 3 or level 2. Right there at level 2, I did start my W at level 2 instead of my Q. And the reason why is because I wanted to, you know, have more DPS on Scuttle Crab, because W gives you a lot more DPS. So, honestly, having Q level 2 is a lot stronger if you're looking to cheese level 2. You can do like a Zen Zhao type of thing, or like a Camille type of thing with level 2, if you guys did not know that with Jax. So, keep that in mind. So right here, I got Zoe's Flash. So, what does that mean? Okay, looking at my mid laner's health, okay, I have Prio right here. The lane is pushing. She's low HP. Like, if she shows up, she's just going to die. She has no flash. So, we're in the advantage here. So, I want to contest this Scuttle Crab 100%. And something I want you guys to note is looking at your enemy junglers or whoever's keystones. Lee Sin's keystone is a really weak keystone, unless he gets stacks on it. So he is really weak early game, actually. Even though he's a Lee Sin, I'm a lot stronger than him. And the reason why is because I have a CC, I have a gap closer, I have an auto reset, I have my red buff. Lee Sin does have double buffs right now, but keep in mind that I outduel him because of Hail of Blades. Hail of Blades just wins the early game for me. So right here, I do not go on the Scuttle Crab. I go immediately on the Lee Sin. And now he cannot contest Scuttle Crab. If he walks up, he probably loses the Scuttle Crab. And honestly, I will say this is probably a dumb play overall, because Poppy is losing this lane really hard to Sylas, because Sylas is really strong right now. And pretty sure, I don't know, Poppy probably just screwed up the early trades as well, and Sylas just wins trades anyway. But I contested anyway. Note here that I have Water Walking too, so this makes my early game really strong. I just, you know, hit Scuttle Crab, and then I eventually stun it, because I don't know if Lee Sin's coming or not. Also, I do want to show you guys that I do gank the Sylas right here. You know, I don't really do much with that gank, but I do chunk him a little bit, so that puts a little pressure on him. I get, like, a Q auto off, as well as the red buff, so it's decent. It's not what I exactly want, but it's, like, pressuring him off the wave, forcing him to back. That, to me, is an accomplishment, you know, just, like, showing up, being really efficient with your pathing. So, you see how I'm, like, right here, and I immediately respond to Sylas. Like, since I'm right here in the vicinity, why not? I may as well do that. So, keep that in mind, guys. Like, being efficient with your pathing is really important. When you do Gromp, having your Counter-Strike up for the first few autos, if you guys did not know, Gromp does a lot more damage the first few auto attacks. So saving your Counter-Strike for Gromp is very important, to take less damage. So my plan here is basically just farm these camps out back. And you're going to see here that I actually go to skirmishers. I believe a longsword. Yes. So I'm actually going to build. I'm planning to build into warrior. Well, okay, I do not plan at this time to build into warrior, but I'm considering it, and this is what I like purchasing on Jax. Longsword goes into so many items on Jax that it is like pretty much a really good early buy no matter what you do. If you're dominating the early game really hard, getting Caulfield's Warhammer into Warrior, into Trinity Force is a really good thing to do. Something I like to do is don't even go the Warrior enchant, but like go the Caulfield's Warhammer, eventually upgrade it into Warrior enchant, but get your Trinity Force components before you do that, because getting the early CDR is very valuable in my opinion. So, Sheen, Stinger, Phage, into Warrior or into Trinity. Honestly, like, I probably would rush Trinity before I get my Warrior. I'm going to, like, it's going to happen this game. But yeah, as you see, like, my Krugs respawn when I get back and everything. This is why I like this path, is to, like, clear the top side into doing that. And then I decide, I think right here, I'm looking for a play, but it's warded right here, so I can't make the play. They back off and everything, so I see that. So I can't make the play. So now I know Zoe's flash is down. And something I do here is I actually try to go for this kill. Unfortunately, right when I come in, Xerath is CC'd. But I have my flash, I have my leap, and my counter strike. So I'm going to use that combo on her. I'm going to kind of slow it down a little bit, actually. But the Xerath secures the kill right here. As you can see, like, Hail of Blades does so much for me. But it's very unfortunate that the Zoe has a GLP as her, like, W thing. That's very annoying. However, like, the Xerath actually does a really good job right here. Like, he actually hits everything. That was a very, very well played by the Xerath. So, when you make a gank like this, especially when the lane is pushing, do not just back off and go into the jungle. This is very, very important to do as a jungler right now. Go for these tower plates, because these things reel in gold. Like, these are kind of the key to winning games, honestly. It's like establishing a lead in the early game is very important right now. It is so ridiculously important in this meta, and that to me is kind of why, like, Jax is, like, having a weird time right now in the jungle. Because, like, his early game isn't the greatest, but that's why we take Hail of Blades, so our early game's even better, as well as, you know, play an aggro-based playstyle as well as pathing well. So, the very important thing as a jungler right now is to make calculated plays that are going to net you kills or your laner kills, as well as securing these tower plates. I think that is very, very important right now in this season. And that's what I'm really finding out as I play more and more games. So yeah, my red is spawning. I'm going to do red. Do raptors first because red's not quite spawned yet. Kind of makes my respawn timers really awkward because these are going to spawn in, and then, like, raptors are going to take a while to spawn. But right here, like, I just back. Best thing to do right now. But yeah, this game is pretty much in our favor. Like, you may look at it like, oh, I only have 1 assist, but I build a Caulfield's Warhammer. Well, it's because I know, like, I feel like if I just control this lane, if I get this guy, like this guy has 2 kills right now. If I just pay attention to mid lane, keep him ahead, play for the Scuttle Crabs, even though my Poppy's losing, I can eventually just come up here and just kill this guy anyway, and the Poppy won't even care about this guy eventually. So that's kind of what I'm playing towards. I'm not playing towards topside currently, But my plan is to actually, like, play for it later. So right here, I see the Lee Sin's in this bush because we have a ward on him. And he W's him, gets the slow off. I don't get the stun off. However, like, I get Hail of Blades as well as my skirmishers, as well as red buff. Just does a lot of damage to him. So, right there, I don't get the kill, unfortunately. However, Xerath secures it. Xerath is doing a really good job. So, me playing around this guy is, like, our key to victory, in my opinion. Like, this is the way to win. But as you see later, it's not even going to matter. Like, pretty much everybody wins, and, like, we dominate this game. So, now we get more tower plating, which is huge. We almost have first blood tower, guys, after that play, which is ridiculous. Caulfield's gives me a lot of damage too. So yeah, I go for blue, then I go up here because this guy's a free kill, and this is kind of where I start, like, throwing my lead everywhere else on the map. And now I have 2 kills under my belt as well as 2 assists. So I have a 4 kill participation in a 7 kill game right now, which is really good. I mean, of course, like, I'm the jungler, so, like, that's, you know, kind of what you want to aim for anyway. But that being said, this is huge for me. And yeah, like, pretty much I think right here we just push. Like, just note, I just want you guys to notice, like, how I just don't, like, get a kill and just go back into farming my jungle. I want you guys to notice how I push the lane and I try to secure plates every single time I have a successful gank. Well, maybe not every single time, because some successful ganks I can't just secure the tower plates no matter what. Like, how I burned Zoe's flash didn't mean I could get tower plating. But yeah, this is huge for us. You know, the Lee Sin does come up here, but, you know, he has to sacrifice his time to defend, which sucks for Lee because we're still getting tower plating. And this is how jungle is currently. This is how it is. Like, if you don't win the early game, you're pretty much a support and you're wave clear bot, and it sucks. Like, you're pretty much useless, which is really sad. But yeah, guys, like, Hail of Blades, very strong keystone right now. I suggest you guys look into it if you are Jax jungle players. For sure. Like, I think it is probably the best keystone right now as a Jax jungle player. There will be situations where you might want the new Conquer instead. If you want, like, a better early game, Hail of Blades is 100% the best way. But if you want a better late game, PTA for sure. That being said, though, Hail of Blades actually doesn't do that bad on Jax even in later stages, because Jax really synergizes with attack speed and his ultimate passive, so, like, it's really not that bad. So yeah, right here, get another Scuttle Crab. I'm pretty much, like, dominating this game because I have, like, a lot of Scuttle control. I have top and mid controlled right now because I'm just a huge threat. So yeah, right here, I just kill this guy. Because I know this guy doesn't have flash right now. I'm pretty sure he burned it earlier. So I'm like, alright, I'm just going to flash on this guy, secure the kill. So now I have another assist. I wish I got the kill. Because Poppy with a kill is not as useful. And yeah, Silas pings my flash and everything, but it doesn't even matter at this point. And I get another kill. Notice how I don't back here. Like, I didn't back with all of this gold that I had. I don't know how much gold. I don't know how to check that, to be honest with you guys. But I had around, like, 3k gold at this point. And right here, like, Morgana gets the kills, so I don't really care. But yeah, right here, I pretty much just, like, clear the wave, get the minions, get some damage on the tower, and back off. Notice how I never back here. I never back. Instead, we get these kills, so I'm going to push for this. I'm going to get some more CS under my belt. Notice how I am playing this game out. Like, not just, oh, I'm getting a kill. Of course I'm getting fed. I'm dominating the game. No. The way to establish your lead is to do stuff like this. Even though, like, we didn't get the tower, we whittled it down, which is huge in its own right. And not only that, I got a bit of CS, which these little things really add up in games, guys. Like, kills really do add in, but you gotta keep in mind that, you know, it's more than just kills. It's being efficient with getting the kills, you know, making something out of it. And that's something I try to preach every single game, but I haven't really been preaching on it lately, so I think I need to stress that importance. So right here, I still don't back. I know I have like 3.4k at this point, so I'm like 300 gold away from a Trinity. Well, after I get Krugs, I have like 3.4k. But the reason why I don't back is because I want every single Trinity Force component. I want to be closer to my Trinity Force. And I just want to, like, dominate top side. Like, I'm thinking here, oh, I need to get Rift Herald. But there is a point, like, where I do back and waste a little bit of time instead of just, like, rushing for top lane. Where I'm deciding, oh, there's this big fight bot lane. There's a dragon right here. Maybe I should go bot lane. And then I decide later, nah. And that's not good to do, guys. You don't want to, like, be really indecisive like that. You want to, you know, snap your fingers, make your decisions really quick. You want to be really, you know, confident in what you're doing. You don't want to find yourselves in positions like this, where I'm about to show you how I'm, like, walking this way, but then I'm like, okay, never mind. I'm going top lane. It's not that bad. It's really not that big of a deal. I thought it was, like, bigger of a deal, but honestly, like, I was still pathing towards whatever. So here, instead of going bot lane and caring about what happens bot lane, I go for the Sylas. And not only do I go for the Sylas, we get the Rift Herald. And the reason why I use Leap Strike right there is to just finish him off, because I know he's really low, and I'm out of auto range a little bit at that point, so I may as well, like, combo it. Usually you do not want to do that, especially when they're, like higher HP. Like, the Sylas was really low, so it was safe for me to do it at that point, so I did do that. I didn't want the Sylas to have, like, time to get his cooldowns back and everything for his heal, as well as his shield and everything, so I just wanted the kill to be really quick as possible, so you see here how I'm, like, getting the Rift Herald. At this point in the game, plates have fell off, so I don't really care about tower too much. But you will see here that I don't just get Rift Herald and, you know, back. And I probably could have used Rift Herald better this, you know, game and everything. But I know here, like, if I just do this, I get a guaranteed tower. Why not? Free tower, people are going to come. So I turn on the Lee Sin. Reason why I turn on the Lee Sin right here is because I know he is the squishiest. He's probably the easiest to kill, get out of the fight really quickly. I don't want to focus the Sylas, to be honest with you. But then Zoe's top, so right here I'm like, okay, I don't want to, you know, fight this anymore. So I get out. Double ward hop. And this is why I try to save wards, because situations like this happen where you do need the double ward hops, as well as the minion waves. So yeah, that saved me. So keep that in mind, like, ward hopping is a very important thing to learn on Jax. But yeah, now I have my Trinity Force. This is pretty much where it's like, okay, it's definitely GG. We have 17 kills on them, to their 7. I have my Trinity, I have my Caulfields. I'm pretty sure I actually also get a Warrior, yeah. So now I have Trinity and Warrior. So 191 AD without like any stats of being in the river or anything, with water walking and whatnot. So I'm pretty big right now. You know, the reason why I go warrior this game, like I said earlier, is because I want to establish my early lead and I want to shove it down their throats. So keep that in mind. So they surrender right here. That's the end of the game. I want you guys to realize that this is the way to play Jax jungle currently. Just go Hail of Blades. Play for the early game. Make sure your pathing's good. You know, just make sure everything is good when you play Jax jungle. You want to be really calculated with your plays because this champion is not like super forgivable like a lot of other jungle champions are currently. This is a champion that if you fall behind on, you probably will be useless. So keep that in mind. And just as a jungler in general, it feels that way, but I feel that way more so with Jax than I do any other jungler currently, personally. So keep that in mind. Like, Jax has always been a champion that if you fall behind with Jax, then you're going to have a rough time no matter what. So yeah, guys, thank you all for watching. I'm sorry again for taking a while to make this video, but I'm glad I finally got it out here.